the rifle that the patsy, Tyler Robinson, is said to have shot Charlie Kirk with on September 10th has been released. And it looks like the type of rifle that Ernest Hemingway would use to take down a bull elephant. If that rifle actually was used to assassinate Charlie Kirk, it would have blown his head off. It would have blown his head clear off. And at the very least, it would have caused a gaping exit wound at the back of his neck, if indeed the shot came from the front. It would have caused just a mess in the back of his neck. It would have came right out. But we are told that that didn't happen because Charlie Kirk apparently has a spine of steel that stopped the bullet from exiting his neck. In other words, Charlie Kirk is Superman, the man of steel, whose neck is strong enough to stop a bullet. Now, I tell you, this story is just getting more and more absurd by the day. If you've ever wondered how a man can get convicted of a crime and spend years in prison before DNA evidence establishes that he was innocent the whole time and he's finally released, after 10 years, 20 years, 30. Some of these guys are in jail for 40 years before the DNA evidence finally establishes their innocence. They were framed. Now, if you've ever wondered how that is possible, this is a perfect example, because you can see that they're setting this kid, Tyler Robinson, up to be framed for this murder. There is absolutely no evidence whatsoever that he committed this crime. All they have is some grainy image of a guy dressed in black on the roof. And then he doesn't have a rifle. He's climbing down from the roof. He doesn't have a rifle. And we can never actually even see his face. And then they take that and then they show you a still image of Tyler Robinson walking around in the area with a black t-shirt on. And we're supposed to believe, well, it's the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing. Okay, in fact, Tyler Robinson was filmed in a Dairy Queen wearing a red shirt immediately after the assassination. All right, looking totally calm, totally peaceful. But the media is just building this story up with no evidence to try and frame him in the public mind. So if the case goes to a jury, the jury, even though they're supposed to admit before they're selected that they have no prior, prejudice, in the case, they're all going to have prior prejudice because they're all being force-fed all these lies from the media that Tyler Robinson committed this crime, which he could not possibly have done. Zero evidence. Now, here's something else that's interesting. You can make of this what you will, okay? But it's been pointed out to me that in all the pictures of Charlie Kirk and his wife Erica with their children, we never see the children's faces. Never. And we never hear their names. Now, I've only seen a couple of pictures of Charlie Kirk and his wife with the kids, and it's true, in the few pictures that I saw, you cannot see the kids' faces. So it makes me wonder if these, and again, take this for what you will, makes me wonder if these are really his children. Now, if you think that's crazy, I don't blame you. But at the same time, you must consider that we had Barack Obama, who was president of the United States for 8 years, married to a man with 2 fake kids. That's been proven. There's no discrepancy there. So if he can get away with fake kids, then it's really not that much of a stretch to think that a private citizen could do the same thing. We also have Beyonce. Remember when Beyonce was pregnant and she did that talk show, when she sat down next to the host, you could see that the whole thing she was wearing a pillow that made her look pregnant. The whole thing bent and contorted, which if there was an actual kid in there, he would have been squashed into pieces. Remember that? If not, look it up. So she faked her pregnancy. She has a fake kid. It's not her kid. Who knows where the kid came from? So again, it's not that far-fetched to consider that maybe these are not Charlie Kirk's actual children. Okay, I'm not I have an open mind. I'm not saying that I believe it one way or the other. I still need more evidence on that, but I do believe that Tyler Robinson is innocent. And as more and more evidence comes in, it's becoming quite clear that this was an operation, a staged event. Okay? So, you tell me what you think. Thank you for watching.